Alright, I'm back. Hey, everybody. I don't give a damn what that piece of trash says. Sorry, that stuck with me after Colonel said that. See, they made it canon that even Raiden has read that book. The book we read in the 4-part prologue of this goddamn Metal Gear Solid 2 video series that I'm doing. That long-ass 324-page book. Apparently Raiden read it too. In the darkness of Shadow Moses. I don't give a damn what that piece of trash said. I've never seen Colonel get that pissed off. He's normally one trying to calm down Raiden. He does seem a lot colder and more hardened though, doesn't he? I feel like Colonel was a little bit more empathetic and... I don't know. He just seems different. Maybe it's because, you know, he's not a longtime friend of Raiden's like he is of Snake's. Like, they were, by the time Metal Gear Solid happens, they'd already done, you know, the Zanzibar land mission together and everything. They were already like, there's some camaraderie there, so. But he just seemed really cold and... I mean, that's pretty much it. I was gonna say cold and distant, but I mean, like, just very overly professional and cold now. More so than he was during Shadow Moses, is what I'm saying. But that could just be because he doesn't have a personal stake in this, like he did back then with Meryl, you know? Oh, Jesus. So you can still fall if you... Okay, good to know. How the fuck are you supposed to get that? I remember there being a way. Oh my god. We might die. I'm not kidding. I remember how to do this now. Okay, thank god I can use the D-pad. That raises our chances of success. Oh shit. I know how to do this, but this could end pretty bad. Oh! There we go. This is one of those moments where the reward is not really worth the risk. It just makes you feel like a badass when you do it. But yeah, if you remember Mei-Ling in Metal Gear Solid 1, and then Otacon tried to reiterate it in the Tinker chapter of this game, sometimes you're, sometimes it's not worth it to stick your neck out for items and supplies you don't really need. Like, did I really need this? Am I ever, like, did I even use any of this ammo during that fight? No. That was an unnecessary risk right there. I know you can't go back. Yeah, it's one of those things, you know? Oh, shit! You can't shimmy back across that. Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? Yeah, you can't do this. You have to cartwheel over it. Oh. Bro! Why does that keep happening whenever I unstick from the wall? Alright, we're good. We're good so far. We're good. Can I shimmy from over here? No, I can't. Huh, they're really testing our platforming skills and whatever else, I don't know. They're trying to see how well you've gotten the hang of moving around in this game, I guess. Using, you know, the different movement abilities you have, yada yada. Shit gives some people anxiety just to watch. Imagine me playing it. I'm pretty nervous right now. I feel like I'm gonna fall to my death at any moment. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Cards? Yep. Oh, shit! Jesus. In Christ, dude. Oh, shit, he saw me through the... I gotta take him out now. Dude! Well, I have an excuse to use these now. I'm getting shot at. There's no way I'm gonna make it across this. Okay.
Tighten security. Understood. All units exercise extreme caution.
Watch out for the, If you bump into that, you fall to your death. Kind of like the furnace in the Twin Snakes remake of the first game. Where there's that thing right there, that thing that's like sliding back and forth where you can shimmy. If you don't duck and it like hits you, you just fall right down to your death. Oh, stupid railing. Oh. Sometimes you think it's gonna auto-aim for you and then it doesn't. See, that time it didn't. I got a little scared. I was like, is the floor missing? No, it's fine. Where am I at? Okay, I just came from over there. Oh, I've come pretty far. Strut K, Biochem Lab, Strut L, Sewage Treatment. JK, Connecting Bridge, Strut J, Power Plant, Assembly Facility, Strut I, H, Warehouse, Oil Processing Facility. I guess we'll never get to see what those are on the inside. And the Shell 2 core. I guess we gotta go into the core. I mean, that is where the president's supposed to be, right? If you overthink it, you're more likely to fuck it up. This game's definitely a step up in difficulty from the first Metal Gear Solid. There was no crazy platforming like this in that game. We made it! Whew, finally back on solid ground. I'd say it's a good spot to make a save.
Snake, he's here. In Shell 1.
My father had some unfinished business with him.
Olga, calm yourself. Personal feelings.
Then screw your plan. I've been waiting for this day for 2 years, and I will send him to the bottom of the ocean, right next to my old man.
The launch comes first.
Damn it. Where's Ocelot?
Not here.
I don't trust him.
Don't talk that way about one of your own.
He's not one of my own. He left my father to die, remember?
Olga, we'll talk later. We need to get started on the final checks for the unit.
All right. I'm headed back there.
The upper connecting bridge to Shell 1 is down.
What about the chopper?
The cam-off is out of action. Take the oil fence from Strut L.
I'll tell my men to start pulling out.
Not yet. Their retrieval comes last. The intruder's still at large.
Snake.
What about the other man?
He's got luck on his side, certainly.
He survived that explosion. Listen, Olga, the code confirmation is in 1 hour. Keep the president alive until then.
I know. No one gets in here. Turn the currents on.
Of course. Switch currents on.
The door stays shut unless the president manages to take out that circuit panel from inside the room. And it's no job for bare hands.
All right. Come back immediately.
One more thing.
What?
We leave for Russia when this business is done. I want half the money for that.
Of course. That was part of the agreement.
We start living for ourselves after this. If there's anyone who wants to stay here, I want you to take good care of them.
Gladly. Gerlukovich soldiers are the cream of the crop.
It's time they went free.
What happened to rebuilding Mother Russia?
The old man is dead. The world is a different place now.
It's your life.
Just as a reminder, I'm going to say this again, one last time. Don't try anything on us.
The feeling is mutual.
I'm in front of the room where they're keeping the president.
Everything all right?
No sign of flooding, but I can't get close to the door. The floor is electrified.
Don't test it. You'll be bacon.
Any suggestions?
Remember the Shadow Moses VR training?
Take out the circuit panel?
Right.
But there's no way into the room.
Try ventilation ducts.
Yeah, I think I see one.
Look for a remote control missile launcher. You can guide it through the duct into the room.
Then target the circuit panel. Got it.
Right. But make sure you don't hit the president.
The president is wired with nano.
Like running for his life.
If we know the frequency, I can raise him.
We've tried that repeatedly, but there's no response. It looks like the walls have a built-in radio shield.
So that's why Ames lost contact with him.
If you need to confirm his position, you can log into the node.
Understood.
Locate a remote control missile launcher first.
It's just like in VR training, where we had to shoot the Nikita remote control missile launcher into the dust and then move it around, right? I think I'd given up at that point and we just watched somebody else play through the VR missions, but still, I remember that fondly. Where they fired the Nikita and guided it up some stairs and some ramps and killed some of the VR soldiers. Okay, well there's some ammo. Where my brightness settings wouldn't let me see shit. But now I know it's there. I couldn't see that either. Just got lucky. Oh fuck, I think we got security cameras. Am I not hitting the right spot? There we go. He got M4 assault rifles attached to the goddamn cameras. The fuck? That's too dark to make it out here. You guys can probably kind of see it, but it's darker on my screen. I didn't even see this box. I like how they shortened the president's name for his life bar. Prez. Fuck. We gotta save the Prez, yo. The Prezi. There he is.
Knock it off. Knock it off.
I was wondering if I could communicate with him using Morse code, you know? So I don't think I was doing any actual Morse code pattern at all, but I was trying. I don't know any of them, though. The fuck should I know? Let's go. I'll be back, Prez. I need a Nikita to free your ass. What the fuck is that blue thing on my screen? They did say this place was flooding, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Alright, I'm changing the settings. I realize in this game it's a little bit more useful to be able to swap back and forth between two different weapons rather than... Yeah, there we go. Previous. There we go. Oh, looks like we gotta go for a dip. What, you expect him to start throwing empty cans from up there if this thing kicks off? The GTA 4 quote. Don't read into it too much.
Colonel, B1 is completely flooded from what I can see.
You'll have to swim through.
I'm fine with swimming.
Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster. Change your heading with the left stick. Up will take you up, down takes you lower, left and right to face those directions. The O2 gauge will appear under
There's
your
that
life
weird
gauge
voice
while you're
again. What
underwater.
the fuck?
The gauge corresponds to the amount of air you can hold for a single deep breath. Once the O2 gauge falls to 0, the life gauge will start to drop. You need to be aware of that.
I got you, buddy. Could have given me that tutorial before I actually submerged, because now I've lost some time here. Wait, how do you... Is it square? Circle? Oh, there we go. Circle. Okay, cool. There's the Nikita!
You have the remote-controlled missile. Good job. Now head for the first floor of the Shell 2 core. Take out the power source and make contact with the President before the launch code can be reconfirmed. Hurry.
Okay, buddy. So that blue thing on the radar must be air pockets then. They're not the easiest to surface up to. Okay, cool. Let's check this whole place out. Oh wait, if we go too fast, might miss something. See, this would be easier if he had kept his mask from the beginning of the mission, right? Like, what the hell? Oh, there we go. You have to stop swimming so that his torso... So he becomes, like, vertical again, and his torso can touch the item, and then you can actually pick it up that way. I couldn't pick it up swimming into it like this. This game is jank. Most PS2 games are pretty jank, but that was the standard back then. People were used to jankness. I think it's something a lot of people take for granted nowadays, that some big name titles are not janky at all. Which is why it's more noticeable now when a game is janky, rather than back then. Like I said, back then janky was the norm, so people didn't really like complain too much about it, or like it wasn't talked about as much. Sometimes people would just make lighthearted fun of about it, but nowadays the standards for games have gone up so much that you play a game like this and you're like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Like, it's so janky, you know? But back then it was so normal. Like, I went back to play Sonic Adventure 2, another game from this same era. The battle version for GameCube, but I mean the physics and everything else is exactly the same as the Sega Dreamcast version. I need to confirm my route before I get myself drowned. I went back to play Sonic Adventure 2, and man, people complain about Sonic 06 being janky, which it is. It's actually worse. But it is actually worse. I did try it once and saw how much worse it is. But still, even Sonic Adventure 2 has some real fucking jank that, like, results in some really cheap deaths, no matter what you do. Like, there's just times where even if you play perfectly, the physics engine for that game can just be like, no, fuck you. You just die. But yeah, that's another game that makes my point. This game is not as janky as Sonic Adventure 2, but it somehow, back then, amidst all that jank, somehow managed to collect all the emblems for that lets you unlock the 3D version of Emerald Hill or whatever. Green Hill Zone. Nice little Easter egg for getting all the emblems in that game. Is that a fucking underwater mine? Like they knew I was gonna be coming through here. Shit, it's fucked up, dude. Look at that. Shit, it's locked. I don't think the other one's gonna be locked though. It looks like we're gonna have to go that way. Better catch my breath. And get ready to go. Metal Gear 2 Guns of Patriots. I like how that's written on every one of these types of doors. Not every single one, but... Right, I forgot this is where Stillman died. He got blown up by the C4 here. Jesus. That's why this place is a wreck and it's flooding. Right. That was so long ago, it's easy to forget, but that's a nice reminder right there. Poor Stillman. Rest in peace, man. He was a homie. Like, for real, though. He was pretty, I liked him. He was cool.
When you're on the surface, you can swim in corresponding directions using the up, down, left, and right movement of the left stick. Push the punch button to dive down from the surface.
Thought he was gonna say something about Stillman's body just now, but I guess not. Snake, what about you?
That's a tranquilizer gun with a sound suppressor. Hit an enemy with that, and it's good night, sleep tight. The time in which the tranquilizer takes effect depends on where you hit your target. If you want to knock somebody out with a single shot, aim carefully for vital spots like the head or heart. That's an American military M9 modified for tranquilizer bullets. When the tranquilizer bullets hit a target, the round uses the force of the impact to mix the drug, also producing a gas in the process. The pressure of the gas drives a built-in piston that injects the target with a powerful anesthetic. It's like firing a small hypodermic syringe. This M9 is a tranquilizer gun that knocks out the enemy. It doesn't kill them.
Nobody had a damn thing to say about poor Peter Stillman, man. It's like they completely forgot about him after that. Well, you gotta praise this game for its continuity, at least. This is where he died. In the Shell 2 core, yeah. We heard his last words when we were going down the elevator of Strut A. Something floating up there. No? Oh, it's down there. Oops. There it is. God, this is shaky. What the fuck? Go. Damn, you move. If you hold down circle, you go really slow. Like for fine-tuning. Oh, hell yeah. All the rest of this was a waste of time for now, I guess. Alright, back to where the president was. At least the way back is faster because I know how to get through here. Oh, right there, right there. I sort of know how to get back through it. We're doing it all in one breath. Let's go. High stakes. I got rations equipped. I can't die. My health reaches here. Is that a Vulcan Raven doll? Again? It is! Look! What the... Oh my god, that's funny. Why are there Vulcan Raven dolls? I didn't know Ocelot liked them so much that he made so many dolls of it. Easy Stone, I mean, Raiden, you're fine, right? We got up in time, you got your air, you're good. You're not gonna suffocate. Where was the first place I found a duct? Was it here? No. I think it was over here, right? Yeah, right there. Alright, let's do this. Oh shit!
What is it?
Easy, Mr. President. I got you. Just give me a sec. I gotta keep wiggling it so it doesn't take off. If you let it fly straight too long, it just picks up speed and then you're fucked. I'm running out of fuel. This way?
What are you
Move, you idiot! Okay, so you have to actually let it boost, otherwise you won't make it in time. Have to know when to let it boost so it doesn't blow up in the fucking tunnel. This is what the VR training was for. Damn it. Remember, I never got to those missions, alright? We watched them on YouTube. I gave up on the Claymore missions because they sucked ass. For anyone wondering what the hell I'm talking about, those videos for the VR missions game was, it was, I believe, right before we did the Twin Snakes.
What is that?
Why does he run towards the damn thing that I'm going for? Move, you idiot! What? Fire a remote-controlled missile from... what? A dark, small room on the southwest section to destroy the electric distribution panel with ease. So there was a duct there. Over here? Oh, what's it though? Well, we did pick up night vision goggles, so... let's see. Oh shit, right there. Oh,
What is that?
no, not that way. Yeah, I know, I suck. Where we going?
What is that?
There we go.
Get away!
Booyah! Well, thank you, Mr. Ninja. lot of things we've done in this game have resembled a lot of the shit we did in the first game, didn't it? Metal Gear Solid 1, the electrified floor. We haven't seen any, you know, gas masks or rooms filled with poison gas, but I mean, we just fought a goddamn fighter jet instead of a Hind D Russian gunship. So there's that too. Yeah, we just took care of the electrified floor using a remote-controlled missile. A lot of parallels here. I don't think I even remembered to save it when I said I was going to. When we first got here.
Jack, do you need to save?
Rose.
So, have you decided to talk yet?
Nope.
That's too bad.
Why are you so interested in me all of a sudden?
Because I'm curious. More so than before. Does it really bother you that much?
There must be some things you don't want to say.
Like what?
You know, those things you don't want to say.
Let's see. What? Things you don't want to say. Like that you've been married before?
You
that you're 80 years old? That you used to be a woman?
Rose.
What exactly is it you won't tell me? Do you think I'd hate you if I knew? Do you really
Where was she
have
going
that
with that?
little faith in me?
No, it's nothing like that.
Then what is it?
It's...
It really bothers me. The fact that there's a side of you I don't know. Sometimes I just can't help myself.
You've got me right now. Isn't that enough?
No, it's not. I'm sorry. I know I'm being greedy, but it's just not enough.
Raiden's, not very good at relationships, is he? Like, dude, it's pretty basic to want to get to know your partner, man. Like, that's kind of what the entire point of it is you get to know each other slowly over time. Until you become very close and intimate and know a lot about each other. Like, not letting people in, that relationships don't work that way. They don't work out. It's literally how they fall apart. This poor dude. What the hell's he gonna do? Oh yeah, we never checked the trophies. What the trophy we got when we finished the Richard Ames thing with the microphone? Let's see. Oh right, they put them over here now, for some fucking reason. God, I hope this doesn't take too long. This takes a really long time if you haven't synced your trophies in a long time. Like, I remember one time I didn't sync trophies for like months, and I played a bunch of games and got a bunch of them. And I had to sit here for like a good 5 to 10 minutes almost, waiting for that bar to fill. I was like, why? The PS4 and PS5 don't have this problem though. They auto-sync like right away. There's no way to like avoid it. You don't have to manually sync. Let's see. What the hell did I get? Sexting. Send Otacon a picture of the Marine with no pants? I didn't even know that was a thing. Card locker? Oh, thanks, Ames. There it is. Learn the location of the president. That's the trophy we got when I quit out when I was trying to, Don't tase me, bro! What is this? Tranquilize 100 enemies. Alright. Some of these trophies look like they're spoilers, though, so I'm not gonna keep staring at them. Alright, let's do this. Mr. Prez, I'm here to save you.
President Johnson,
So you're finally here.
you've been expecting me?
Your equipment, that skull suit isn't exactly standard military issue.
Are you all right, sir?
Is this some kind of sick joke? I thought you came to kill me.
What?
I'm prepared to face the consequences of my betrayal.
What are you... What the...
You're a man? What? Well, who are you?
Look at this dude.
Foxhound, sir.
I
Foxhound?
thought he was a chick.
I
From his
see.
face, I guess.
Now things are starting to make a little sense. No. Switch over to nano communication so nobody can listen in.
Yes, sir.
I like how it wasn't enough to just see the bulge between his legs. He had to touch it. He literally
you
groped
hear
his
me,
ass.
Yes.
Mr. President, it's my understanding that the terrorists have managed to input the code sequence necessary for launching a nuclear strike.
That's correct. I punched the sequence in myself.
You're working for them?
If you asked me 2 hours ago, my answer would have been yes. Right now, they're keeping me alive until my vital signs are reconfirmed.
They betrayed you?
I wouldn't quite put it that way. I wanted power. They sought destruction.
But why stoop to terrorism?
I wanted absolute power.
But you're the president. You have power.
No, I'm just a figurehead.
Huh?
I don't have
Even
any
he knows.
control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
The Patriots?
The truth behind this country. I'm not surprised you've never heard of them. Very few are aware of their existence, even among those with code word clearance.
Huh?
Politics, the military, the economy, they control it all. They even choose who becomes president. Putting it simply, the Patriots rule this country.
No.
Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's the truth. The space defense, income tax reduction, and national missile defense programs. Every policy that's been credited to me was actually done according to their instructions.
Space defense was initiated by Congress.
That's what the Patriots want the country to believe. It's all a show. Democracy is just a filler for textbooks. Think about it. Do you actually believe that public opinion influences the government?
No.
This country is shaped and controlled as the Patriots see fit. The people are shown what they want to believe. What you call government is actually a well-staged production aimed at satisfying the public.
Huh?
Don't look at me like that. I'm legally sane, you know.
It's not your sanity that worries me.
The Patriots. Even I don't know who the actual members are. Are they financial, political, or military leaders? No one knows who the Patriots really are. Even my instructions come from a cutout. All I've been told is that every key decision is made by a group of 12 men, known as the Wise Men's Committee.
Your office? The White House?
Merely puppets, pawns in a game. By pledging my loyalty, an insignificant son of a senator was awarded the presidency. Of course, that wasn't the only price I had to pay.
What do you mean?
Even if a pawn becomes a queen, it is still just a playing piece. I wanted to leave my own mark in history, but my ambitions were... You'll understand someday. I wished to be a member of the Patriots. I wanted to wield the power of a king instead of being an expendable pawn.
And that justifies acts of terrorism?
Yes. I'd intended to use the new Metal Gear as a bargaining chip.
Bargaining chip?
But I underestimated Solidus. He actually wants to challenge the Patriots, even if it means the destruction of the world.
What are you saying?
Whether you believe it or not, the balance of power rests in the hands of the Patriots. They regulate the country's various interests through controlled presentation, staging a drama that is palatable to the general masses. Can you imagine what would happen if they ceased to function? Picture a massive political vacuum, a space that every powermonger will try to fill for their own greedy ends. I'm talking about an unregulated power struggle, panic, civil war, chaos. Like it or not, the Patriots is an organization that must continue to exist.
So you changed your mind because you wanted to avoid global chaos.
Exactly. When I told Solidus that I wished to prevent disaster, he replied that pawns can never become players.
And who is this Solidus?
My predecessor, George Sears. That was the name the public came to know him by. I knew him by his code name, Solidus Snake. He was the third snake, preceded by Solid and Liquid, a survivor of the Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither Solid nor Liquid, he was a well-balanced masterpiece that the Patriots saw it fit to entrust with the presidency. However, he fell out of grace with the organization 4 years ago. When acting on his own, he started an incident.
4 years ago. Shadow Moses.
That's right. At the time, the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, together with certain influential parties, initiated the development of Metal Gear Rex and an advanced nuclear warhead. However, this did not fall in line with the Patriots' plans. What's more, Solidus decided on his own to send his most trusted man, Ocelot, to provoke Liquid Snake, bringing about the said incident. As a result, he succeeded in obtaining Rex and the data on the warhead. But in doing so, he ended up revealing the existence of both Rex and the Genome Army, a blunder that earned him the wrath of the Patriots. Shortly thereafter, Solidus was removed from the presidential office.
I thought he resigned.
That's the story given to the general public. Following his resignation, the Patriots selected me, their new pawn, for the presidency.
But that would mean that the presidential race was...
That was quite a show, wasn't it? It was a well-scripted drama staged by the Patriots for the benefit of the public. Even the Democrats and Republicans were dancing to the Patriots' tune. Everything went according to plan, but for one exception. Following his resignation, Solidus' health was scheduled to fail him, bringing about his untimely death.
Capped?
Correct. But before the Patriots could execute their plot, Solidus went underground with the help of Ocelot. As he avoided pursuit, Solidus gained control of Dead Cell, winning over Colonel Golukovich's outfit. From there, he bided his time, knowing that his opportunity would soon arrive.
What opportunity?
The completion of the new Metal Gear project, an opportunity that would even his odds against the Patriots. By stealing the Patriots' most valued project, he would be able to place them in a very uncomfortable position. It's the only chance he has for survival. Once he has the new Metal Gear, he'll declare war against the Patriots. Needless to say, he must be stopped.
Metal Gear is already operational.
No, not yet. What you saw was Metal Gear Ray, hijacked 2 years ago from the Marines by Ocelot. That was not the new Metal Gear.
Then where's the new Metal Gear?
Right here.
What?
You're standing in it. To be more precise, this entire big shell facility is the new Metal Gear.
What'd you say?
No, I'm quite serious. The upper structure that you've seen is camouflage, designed to represent an offshore cleanup facility. The main structure extends from the foundation all the way down to the ocean floor. The connecting elevator is located on the B2 floor of the Shell 1 core. Arsenal Gear. That's the code name for the new Metal Gear.
Arsenal?
That's right. Arsenal. We're talking about an impregnable fortress carrying a load of over a couple of thousand missiles, including nuclear warheads, all protected by a horde of mass-produced Metal Gear Ray units.
Mass-produced?
The Ray unit was originally designed for the Marines to be used as a countermeasure against the Metal Gear variations throughout the world. The Patriots had Ray redesigned to protect the new Arsenal Gear.
So now anti-Metal Gears are guarding a Metal Gear.
Ironic, isn't it? That's not all. Arsenal Gear has full access to the military's tactical network, giving it the ability to exercise absolute control over our nation's armed forces, not to mention our nuclear armament. In short, Arsenal was created to be the core of our country.
What kind of idiotic weapon?
Weapon? No. You're not seeing the full picture. Arsenal Gear is more than just a military tool.
It's like fucking Skynet from Terminator. Gets control of the military
It is a means
and
to
nuclear
preserve
missiles.
the world as it is. It will establish a new form of control. The Patriots will use it to keep their place as the country's true rulers. Right now, they feel pressured and threatened.
By what?
They fear an overabundance of digital information. The world will drown in the coming flood of information, and they along with it. The Arsenal plans include a system to digitally manage the flow of information, making it possible to shape the truth for their own purposes. In short, the Arsenal system is the key to their supremacy.
The key?
Yes, the GW system is the Patriots' trump card. Arsenal gear will be fully operational when GW is successfully integrated. Once operational, it will be a completely new form of power for the Patriots to wield. I had hoped to seize the project from them so that I would be in a strong bargaining position.
Bargain for what?
I'd hoped to trade my way into their ranks. Nasalidas preferred rebellion. Outer Heaven, his plan to unleash a nuclear blast over the skies of Wall Street to break the Patriots' control over the business community, is also a key factor in his offensive effort.
Outer Heaven?
Listen, there isn't much time. The football served as the key for activating Arsenal gear. I've already input the necessary code sequence. It won't be long before GW begins to establish connections with other external systems, and Arsenal gear becomes fully operational. Stop them before that happens. That is your role.
Role?
You've got to find Emma Emmerich. She's the only one who can stop that thing once it's been activated.
Emma Emmerich?
She's the system programmer for Arsenal gear. I believe she's somewhere on level B1 in the core of this building.
I thought the levels below us were flooded.
I'm sure they won't let her die just yet, as she's the only remaining programmer for this project. According to Ocelot, she was being held in a locker room located in the northwest part of level B1. Cut transmission and get moving. This is card 4. It'll give you access all the way to Emma's location. Give this to her when you find her.
What is it?
A program for disrupting the control functions between GW and Arsenal gear. Take Emma to the computer room on level B2, Shell 1 core. She'll know how to load the program into the main system.
A virus?
That's right, modeled after Foxdie, a biological weapon designed to selectively eliminate personnel with a specific genetic code.
But why do you have it?
The Patriots had it engineered as a failsafe, and Ocelot forgot to search me. You've got to hurry. That disk is the only way you're going to stop Arsenal. Well, I've told you everything you need to know. There's only one thing that remains to be done.
Huh.
Now, kill me.
What the?
There's no time to argue. The final check for my vital ID will start any second. If you kill me now, you'll at least prevent the nuclear strike.
Cut it out!
Do it! That's your role!
I got...
Good!
That's abusing your right to free speech, Mr. President. Or is it ex-president?
The president! Why did you...
Alas, my finger must have slipped. I'll see you around, carrier boy.
Forget him. He did us a favor. Without free will, there is no difference between submission and rebellion. My only real choice is to put an end to this charade. Let me at least have the freedom to end it myself.
What are you...
Find Emma. Stop Arsenal. This is my last order as your commander-in-chief. I'm counting on you.
Just did a massive lore dump on us. I'm surprised Raiden didn't just call the Colonel to tell him what the hell just happened. Holy shit! So, if I got the highlights correct, Metal Gear Arsenal is meant to be like Skynet, where it takes control of the entire military, including the nuclear arsenal, nuclear missiles, and can do whatever it wants with them. But also, on top of that, it's, he alluded to it having even more power in a different form called, with this program called GW, where apparently he alluded to it being a way to control and manage information in this new digital age we live in, because in the 2000s it was still new. We're very much balls deep in it now, but control and manage information to try and basically, I guess what he's saying is like, filter what's actually fact from fiction, being able to control the truth, control what people actually believe is true and what isn't. Which is why I think what he said right now, there is no difference between submission or rebellion if there's no free will. I think he's alluding to the fact that if people are being brainwashed and mind controlled to believe in certain things, then, whether they rebel or submit is already it's like playing 5D chess. They're doing it because they were already manipulated into doing it by being fed potentially false information to get people to act a certain way. Mind control through the spread of misinformation, which is something that is actually happening right now. However, in the case of this game's story, it seems to be that the mind control is all coming from one centralized location, the Lalilulelo, the Patriots, using this GW program on board Metal Gear Arsenal, which is underneath us apparently. And the picture they showed matches the little logo we saw on that giant door back in Shell 1 core, right? Where we got the directional microphone. So it makes that, that supports what the president was saying isn't bullshit, basically. And so that's all we know for now. There was something I wanted to comment on. I went through that kind of fast. I think it was... Oh, right. So I mentioned that I read the book 1984 before playing this because I heard that was an inspiration for this game's story. I'm starting to see the connection now with that conversation we just had with the president. Because this is kind of not really a spoiler alert. This is all exposition that's actually in the first couple chapters of the book. But in the book 1984, there is a centralized party, kind of like the Patriots, but it's not undercover. It's actually it's out there. It's a political party that came into control of the Oceania Alliance, which is like England and the United States and a few other countries, and it outwardly distributes false misinformation and conveys it as truth in order to control people. And if people choose not to believe it, they're branded as traitors and killed on the spot or taken into special correctional facilities where they're re-educated, quote unquote, into actually falling in line, and then they're killed anyway. It's a very dystopian, tyrannical sort of setting. Most people are familiar with this story because it's very famous already. So I'm not going to go too into detail, but it's basically along the lines of what he's saying. What this program GW on Metal Gear Arsenal would do is establish that. It would give the Patriots that kind of control. The kind of control that the political party in 1984 has over the entire public. Being able to manipulate what's true and what's not, and essentially forcing people to believe in what their version of the truth instead of what's actually objective truth. And one of the famous lines from that book, 1984, is 2 + 2 = 5. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. It's whatever the party tells you it is. That's one of the lines from that book. I cannot paraphrase it, but I paraphrase it a little bit, but that's basically the point, is that objective truth ceases to exist, and the truth becomes whatever they tell you it is. So with this program GW on Metal Gear Arsenal, it would give the Patriots that kind of power. Just by, not necessarily by oppressing people to that point, at least not outwardly and explicitly like in the book 1984, but by a more subtle means of informational control, by controlling what's being passed around on the internet, and in that way control people without people actually knowing they're being controlled, essentially. Leading people astray from the actual truth to believe in their version of the truth, what they want them to believe in, without actually even knowing that they're being bamboozled. Like I said, this is stuff that does happen in small pockets of the internet. Well, some small, some large pockets of the internet today. This is something that is actually happening now. It's just the only difference is that it's not all just coming from one centralized, location of power or something like that, like some secret cabal of dudes called the Patriots and 12 wise men and shit. But you see it in political campaigns, is my point, basically. Certain political candidates have gotten away with saying completely erroneous things, and people who align with the same political views will believe it so fervently, they will take it as truth and act on it, which creates a very dangerous precedent, especially when that kind of information and fanaticism spreads across the internet like wildfire. You know, right now all I can think of is when President Trump said that you should drink bleach to cure yourself of COVID, and some people actually did that shit and got themselves killed or hospitalized. That's kind of an extreme example of what I'm talking about, but it proves a point. Like, you can manipulate people by saying complete bullshit but passing it on as the truth, as long as you're in a position of power and influence. If people are fanatics enough of your point of view, they will do it. That is the proof right there. So it's actually it's not that hard to actually control people through the spread of misinformation and yada yada. So it's very plausible. This story's not really that far-fetched, and because this game is from the mid-2000s, some would say this game was almost a little bit of a prophet in sorts of ways, but people would say that about 1984 in general. More of the credit would go there because that story inspired this one. Anyway, more on that later. Alright, I switched out from... Now's the inconvenience of not having it just go back to empty. Can I pick him up? Yeah, here we go. Sorry, Mr. President, I need your dog tags. Oh, he doesn't have any. Oh, that's weird. He's got nothing.
You suck!
Whatever. So yeah, I bet if Donald Trump or someone like him came out and said 2 + 2 = 5, his fanatics would probably agree with him. I think that would have been too on the nose if he had done that, but I wouldn't have put it past him, right? That guy did and said some insane shit that his fanatical followers actually bought into. It's scary. Oh, now we're calling him. Oh, right. That room was walled off from outside radio communications. That's why.
The president is dead.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Where do we go from here?
Your mission was to rescue the president and eliminate the terrorist threat. However, given the recent turn of events, we will honor the president's last directive. You must put a stop to Arsenal Gear once and for all.
Do you actually think there's any truth to his story about this big shell facility being a front for Arsenal Gear?
I don't have the security clearance necessary to verify the facts. However, he was the president. I'm sure he knew what he was talking about.
Aren't you forgetting that he was part of the terrorist plot?
All the more reason why I believe his information is reliable.
Huh?
We're talking about a man who chose to die rather than risk a nuclear holocaust. Thanks to his sacrifice, the Nuclear Launch Authority has shifted to the vice president, effectively eliminating the terrorist threat.
Colonel, when you put it like that, it almost sounds like I should have assassinated the president to eliminate the threat.
That was not my intention. I was trying to point out that there is certainly some credibility to the words of a man who chose death to protect the innocent.
The Colonel has a point, Jack.
What about the information he gave me on the Patriots?
That's a new one on me. I'll see what I can find out. Raiden, we're running out of time. Find Emma. She's supposed to be located on level B1, in the core of that building you're in, right? You've got to find her before Arsenal becomes fully operational.
Hurry, Jack.
It's up to you to make sure that the president didn't sacrifice his life in vain.
Understood. Raiden out.
What's your status, Raiden?
Snake, the president, he's been assassinated.
What?
There was nothing I could do.
What about the nuclear strike code sequence?
He died before his vital ID could be reconfirmed.
Then the enemy's lost their nuclear strike capability.
But that Ocelot guy obviously killed the president on purpose.
Why?
It doesn't make any sense. They had to know that they couldn't launch the nuke if they killed the president.
Maybe there's a way to launch without reconfirming the vital ID.
Or maybe they found a more effective weapon within Arsenal Gear.
You knew about Arsenal Gear?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me about it?
You never asked.
Am I correct in assuming you also know that the Big Shell's a front for the project?
You mean, did I know that the Big Shell, a fully functional environmental cleanup facility, was designed to camouflage Arsenal Gear? Yeah, I did. It's exactly what the President and Ames described, a massive cover story. The good news is that it hasn't really done much in terms of cleaning up the environment, so we won't have to worry about any toxic gas being released if we have to blow the house down.
Right. And when did you find out about all of this?
It took a while, but we uncovered the info around the time you took out that mad bomber. There's no doubt that Arsenal gear is being built. And it was all set up 2 years ago, on that day. All of it.
2 years ago? What really happened here?
I took these photos 2 years ago.
I know these pictures. They were on the news, on several websites. If I remember right, the reporters blamed you for sinking the tanker.
That's right. Otacon, me, we were used.
We'd hoped that by going public with photos of the new Metal Gear, we could persuade the government. At least that was the plan at the time.
I've gone through VR training of the tanker mission before.
Yeah? Well, I doubt it accurately simulates the events of that mission. I'd infiltrated the dummy tanker to obtain proof that a Metal Gear was under development. Shortly after I made it aboard, an armed group led by Colonel Gerlukovich raided the ship and gained control.
Olga and Ocelot were among the raiding party.
Yeah, and him.
Who are you talking about?
A man that was supposed to be dead.
Their target was also Metal Gear Ray. But Ocelot eliminated Colonel Gerlukovich and Marine Commander Scott Dolph, and he hijacked Ray.
So he betrayed them?
I don't know what kind of deal was going down. All I remember is what Ocelot said at the time. Something like, "I'm taking it back."
Ocelot then sank the tanker, along with the soldiers of the Marine Corps.
How did you manage to get out?
Otacon managed to have a small boat ready for me.
That was the easy part. The tough part was not getting dragged down with a sinking tanker. Small miracle when you think about it. It turned out that the whole thing was a setup to lure us. Photos of Snake, taken by the Cypher, were released to the public. In turn, we became the world's most wanted environmental terrorists.
It was definitely a move aimed at putting a stop to our anti-Metal Gear activities.
But why did they choose Snake?
Since the Shadow Moses incident, Snake became sort of a hero. I think the Patriots weren't too happy about that.
You knew about the Patriots?
Well, yes, to a certain degree.
It seems like everyone knows about them except me.
They didn't choose Snake to be a hero.
So they decided to do a smear campaign.
I think the Patriots wanted to make an example of him so everybody would think twice before opposing them.
That's it! They set all this up just to nail you guys.
No, there's more to it than that. The Marines' Metal Gear Ray project, headed by Commander Dolph, was carried out in opposition to the Navy's Arsenal Gear project. To be more precise, the Patriots considered Metal Gear Ray to be a thorn in their side. Hence, they attacked the dummy tanker and stole Ray. They followed this up with a perfect plan. They immediately sent a fully loaded tanker to the same location and sank it, then set up the facility to camouflage the development of Arsenal Gear.
And we fell for it. 2 more puppets in their show.
Colonel Gerlukovich and his daughter Olga?
Both fell victim to Ocelot's plot.
Was Solidus behind all this? He used Ocelot to get hold of Ray, huh?
No, he was underground, keeping a low profile at the time.
Then it must be the Patriots.
If that's the case, what's Ocelot doing alongside Solidus?
Forget it. We're wasting time. We can figure this out later. The nuclear strike's been prevented, but Arsenal still has a massive payload of missiles to deal with.
Right. If the opposition gets control of those missiles.
Raiden, you've got to find Emma.
Wait a second. Isn't Emma Emmerich?
My sister.
What's she doing here?
You got me. She's a computer whiz who specializes in neural AI and ultra-variable volume data analysis using complex logic. How she got involved in weapons development is beyond me.
Whatever her reasons, we need her in order to stop Arsenal.
Raiden, find her.
I'm on my way.
I cutscene ended sooner than I thought it would. I had to do something. I had to check something. Yeah, there we go. I had to do a quick fact check because I remembered, I remembered what I saw in the news years ago, and I was like, yeah, it was years. Damn, I can't believe it's almost about to be 3 years since COVID started. It wasn't bleach, it was disinfectant that people drank, yeah. Either way, the same thing happened. When I said that Trump had said for people to drink bleach, it wasn't bleach, it was actually disinfectant. He was saying, what if we could use like the disinfectant you use on surfaces, to clean surfaces, like outside surfaces, the things that basically that tell you straight up not to ingest them, that they're only meant to use as cleaning agents for things like, you know, well, not this either, but you know, like your desk, your tables, stuff like that. And he was speaking out loud out of his ass, of course, saying, well, what if we use something like that to, you know, to cure people's lungs of COVID and shit. So it wasn't bleach, to be fair. But his words were alluding to the fact that what if we use those types of disinfectants, like Lysol, I guess, there's an example. Lysol disinfectant, things like that are made for outside surfaces. What if we use those in the human body to get rid of COVID or something, he said. And so people, of course, were like, oh, I get it. He's telling me I should drink this, or... So it wasn't bleach, to be fair. But still, people did do that shit, got themselves hurt pretty bad. I decided to start drinking Lysol and shit like that. Yeah, halfway through that cutscene I was like, wait, it wasn't bleach. I was like, it wasn't bleach, that's not what he said. I had to think about it for a second, I was like, that's not where... I know where I got that from, though. It's because back in the actual... No. For me, this is a radio show from the 2000s where I heard it from. I didn't discover the show until around 2010. Somebody made a joke, a morbid joke, saying you should tell that guy to drink bleach as a way, as a way of saying tell that guy to fuck off, basically. He said, you know, that guy should just, you know, kill himself by drinking bleach or something. That's how it got into my mind that that's what he said. But no, he didn't. He was saying, what if we could use disinfectants? Because he obviously doesn't know shit about the medical, the field or anything like that, so he was talking out of his ass. And so he was speculating out loud in public that, oh, what if we could just use, you know, disinfectants? We should check that and stuff. And so, of course, his fanatics, like I said, were just kind of like, oh, he's a genius. He's saying we should try this. So instead of leaving it to the professionals, the medical professionals, to tell people, no, actually, you shouldn't try that at all. It's going to get you killed or it's going to hurt you. People just went along and said, well, he's mildly suggesting I should try this, so fuck it, I'm going to drink some Lysol. Or any other, you know, insert disinfectant brand name. Either way, that did actually happen. It wasn't bleach, but people did drink things they shouldn't have been drinking after he talked out of his ass, and suggested that we should quote-unquote try it, when he was speaking to, I guess, medical staff or something like that, but it was all public. So a lot of his followers did do that shit and got themselves hurt pretty bad. So the point stands. The point that I was making earlier still stands. That, yeah, when people believe in something hard enough, they will take action on it, no matter how irrational that belief may be. But, I mean, all you gotta do is look back at, like, the Spanish Inquisition and the Catholic Crusades and things like that in history to see examples of this. You don't really have to look at modern history too much, or contemporary issues like what's happening in the past couple of years or right now. There's plenty of examples throughout history where people believe in complete bullshit and act on it wholeheartedly when they hold that belief strong enough, no matter how erroneous it is. You know? But I guess I've probably used that example too many times, religious examples, so I wanted to go for something different, a little bit more modern. Either way, same thing. Alright. Now we gotta get to... Right, I'm leaving. I'm not supposed to. We gotta go back underwater. Go back to the basement of Shell 1 core. And... find Emma. Right. So many cutscenes and dialogue happened after that, I totally forgot that's what the president told us to do. He said that was our role in this. He didn't say it was our mission, he said it was our role. That caught Raiden off guard for a bit and confused him for a second, but before he could ask what the hell he meant by that, the president just kind of went off on another tangent at that point. Ocelot always seems to know where we are, doesn't he? Fool just showed up in the nick of time to kill the president right there. And then just walks off. Let's see if we can do this all in one go like I did on the way back. I gotta be... Oh, no. I already fucked up. I went the wrong way. I gotta be careful though there. I don't know if they add more mines on the return trip. Or rather, when you actually have to come this way. I gotta be careful going around corners here. No, that one's still there. It's the only one. It's probably a difficulty thing. Like, if you play on a harder difficulty, then it probably... there's more mines. In fact, I'm pretty damn sure there are more. I think there was an opening on the other side, too. Whatever. Maybe now he'll comment on Stillman's body. Oh, well, never mind.
Raiden, are you reading me? This is Otacon. What's your situation?
Wet and miserable. This place is flooded. The seawater that's been pumped up is pouring into the building.
I see. Listen, there's something I have to tell you about EE.
Don't worry about her. I'll get her out.
She's afraid of water.
What?
Yeah. When she was 6 years old, she almost drowned with my father in our swimming pool.
She can't swim?
Well, yes and no. We used to swim a lot together when we were kids. In fact, she swam like a fish until that day when she almost drowned. When the accident happened, I was in my room. I learned later that EE was calling me for help. She didn't doubt for a minute that I'd be there. You could see the pool from my room, but I didn't realize at the time that she needed my help.
What were you doing?
I was...
So Emma survived the ordeal?
Yeah, but my father didn't.
So you blamed yourself and left your family?
No. EE seems to believe that was the case. The fact is, I betrayed her.
And you think she can't swim because of the traumatic experience?
I haven't seen her since that day, but yes, I think so. I got a letter from Julie, her mother, after they moved back to England. In her letter, she mentioned that EE couldn't swim anymore, that she refused to even wear a bathing suit.
Damn, if she still can't swim, we're in trouble. Level B1 in the core is pretty much flooded.
Look, maybe you can help her overcome the trauma.
You want me to help her get over it?
Well, it's still gonna take some time to repair the Kamov.
Sorry, kid. Emma's rescue is up to you.
Thanks. An underwater mission. Well, this is a first. Look, I'll see what I can do.
I suggest that you drum the map of the building into your head, because you won't have time to look at it when you try to bring Emma out.
I'm counting on you, Raiden.
I covered most of the core when I had to take out the C4s. If there's anything you need to ask me, call me on the Kodak.
I'll do that.
I'm gonna try to call him again, because I swear he says something about Peter Stillman. But you have to call him optionally, like this.
Emma's probably being kept in filter chamber number 2, on floor B1 of Shell 2's core. Filter chamber number 2 should be just north of your present location. Head northward. Emma's probably being kept in...
Damn. I thought there was something they would say about Stillman, since you run into his body there. I guess not.
Raiden, locate Emma Emmerich and have her put the President's disc to use. Emma should be to the northwest of your present location, on B1 of the Shell 2 core. She's in an area just on the other side of a card level 4 door. Hurry.
This disc that the president gave us has a program that's like Foxdie, but it's digital. So it'll run a virus that it should kill off the GW program and disable Metal Gear Arsenal. That's what we're trying to do. So we need Emma Emmerich's help. And I guess she developed Hackerman's skills akin to that of Otacon, maybe better, in the time that they've been apart. Since they're step-siblings. What the hell's this? Oh shit, I should have saved. I forgot this is where... Fuck.
Still ticking, huh?
Unfortunately, hell had no vacancies.
He has a dart gun. They shouldn't have made that sound.
I thought so. Human muscles are quite eloquent. They speak out clearly what a person's next move will be. They even tell me which way a gun is going to be pointed before the trigger is pulled. But your muscles, they're different. This should be fun. Well worth the wait.
I was coming?
You've become a nuisance. I can't let you interfere with Arsenal gear. The girl is just ahead. She is of no use to us now. But she served us well as the live bait for the big catch. Crazy Ivan sometimes speaks the truth.
Emma's alive?
She was some time ago, but the flooding has become quite serious. I wouldn't be surprised if she's a mermaid now.
What?
Did you really think killing the president would prevent a nuclear strike? Think again.
I didn't do it.
Arsenal is still armed with a purified hydrogen bomb.
Purified hydrogen bomb?
That's a very powerful nuclear warhead.
This is no ordinary nuclear bomb. This weapon is capable of heavy hydrogen nuclear fusion using lasers and magnetics to generate heat-insulated compression. It was a top-secret project initiated by the current president, and Solidus has no idea of its existence. The clean thermonuclear bomb is at an experimental stage and is handled differently. Specifically, it becomes launch-capable when Arsenal is activated. A nuclear threat still exists. 6 months ago, we lost everything we believed in. We were abandoned to take the fall in their cover-up. We were labeled as killers, responsible for the mass murder of civilians as well as our own allies. And the public believed every word, turning a deaf ear to whatever we had to say to the contrary. Our only goal is to wipe them from the face of the earth and destroy this world of deceit they have created along with them.
You're insane.
Insane? We might be the only ones telling the truth.
Final check for activating Arsenal has been completed. All Arsenal personnel report to your stations.
Well, it sounds like Arsenal's ready to go into operation.
Damn it!
You're still hoping that the girl can install that virus you're carrying around, aren't you?
You know?
It's a shame you're not going to be around long enough to hand her the program. That isn't seawater, you know. It's a byproduct of the microbes contained in the pool. Buoyancy is practically non-existent thanks to the high oxygen content. Once you fall in, you don't come up. Take a good look at your grave. Show me what you've got.
Okay, so I can't swim around in there. Got it. realized he even needs oxygen. Suck it, bitch. Alright, I haven't done this for enough boss fights. Let's see what Colonel says.
Sam seems to be anticipating the trajectory of your shots from the minute movements of your muscles. There's no such thing as a perfect system. There must be a way to throw him off and land a shot.
I wonder what you're supposed to do on higher difficulty, because I think I'm just fluking it right now.
It looks like he's anticipating the incoming bullet's trajectory from the movement of your muscles. Relax, though. He doesn't have you all figured out. Right. Don't use the target locking function. Vamp will anticipate your trajectory. If you do, you'll never manage to land a shot.
Turn off the auto lock on. As far as I know, even in first person it works. I'm not sure how you're supposed to not do it, but okay. If I'd known this boss fight was through this door, I would have saved outside. Just to see if we could have gotten an extra conversation with Rose. Probably. But he can. Whoa! Hit him? What? I was gonna say no buoyancy, but he can swim around in it somehow. Stand on it. Oh, I had to reload. Great. So unlike with Psycho Mantis, where you had to switch controller ports, you just have to use manually for this one. Apparently. Easy. It's never gonna work up there though. I've already tried plenty of times to shoot him up there and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Try it again. What if he runs into it again? Shit. I just turned this boss fight into a joke, dude.
Yeah.
What the hell did he just do? I can't move!
I can't move.
Ow! He's hitting my shadow. Got him. He tried to get out of the way. I just fucking screamed, dude. What is that?
You suck!
Surprise, motherfucker!
Colonel, they've apparently completed the final check procedure for arsenal gear.
Find Emma on the double. You've got to get her to install the virus program that the President gave you. When you find her, take her to the computer room on level B2 in the core of Shell 1.
Snake, did you catch all that? I didn't make it on time. Arsenal's going active.
Yeah, I heard. The hostage rescue's gonna have to wait.
I'm going after Emma.
We'll secure the computer room. Looks like we can't install the virus program without Emma.
Can't your partner do it?
I would if I could, but the security for this system is no joke. I need more time.
That's why we need her.
Understood. I'll make sure you have your family reunion. What's up?
A lot of years have passed between EE and me.
Then you should see her, right?
I don't have the right to see her.
We can talk about this later. Raiden, I think you'd better get moving. Emma's in the locker room to the north, right?
I'm on it.
What's up, Jack? Jack,
What is it?
I've always been alone.
Huh?
I'm so lonely.
Lonely? Rose, we've always...
Not always.
What do you mean?
You've never slept beside me.
What are you talking about?
After we've been together in my room, you stay awake all night, or you head for the door.
Is this really the time to bring this up?
Why, Jack? Why?
Listen, Rose, I'm right in the middle of a mission and
Why? Why can't you relax when you're with me?
Look, the mission,
Why don't you open up to me?
Rose, I just can't.
All I ever wanted was to share your dreams, to spend a meaningful evening with you. I just wanted to find you by my side when I woke up. Is that asking too much?
It's the night. I'm scared of the night. It's got nothing to do with you.
Scared of the night? What's that supposed to mean?
I can't relax when I'm with someone.
Jack, you wouldn't even let me in your room.
I need privacy. I just can't be bothered.
Bothered?
Wrong word. What I wanted to say was that there are certain things that I have to keep to myself.
Do you remember that time I forced my way into your room? We'd known each other for almost a year, and you blew up. It was the first time you ever raised your hand against me. I was so worried about you.
Look, I'm sorry.
It wasn't your violent nature that scared me. It was your room, your heart.
Stop it.
There wasn't anything in your room. Only a bed and a small desk. It looked like a prison cell.
Rose?
No television set. No family pictures. Not even a poster.
Rose, I only use that room for sleeping.
A lifeless room. Almost like your empty heart.
That's why I tried to keep you out.
I thought I was beginning to understand you. Until I saw that room.
Would you have been happier if I had a picture of you hanging on the wall?
That's not what I was trying to say.
Enough, Rose. We'll talk about this later. After the mission.
Right. After the mission. I understand.
I have something in my room. I mean, it's not much, but I got this. This little guy. Snacky snack. That's something, right? I don't have much else in my room, but... You know what? Screw you, Rose. Some of us just don't need a lot of shit in our room, alright? And I have one poster. At least one. No, but for real, like, for the longest time, though, that... I didn't even have that. You guys can't see it because it's off screen, it's off the camera, but... Yeah, my room's pretty barren, too. Aside from shit that I need, like... Well, not even need, really, but just, like, this game console. With, like, a VR headset covered up over there, and that's pretty much it. Those boxes have, like, I don't even know what the hell those boxes have, but yeah, I got nothing. It's like... Still, I mean, I know what she meant, though. Jack only literally had, like, nothing more than a desk and a bed. But, Still, when she started saying that, I was like, I don't have shit in here either. Not really. It's amazing. Sometimes you call her just because you want to save the game so you can fuck off for a while and come back to play later, but then you have to sit through that. Through shit like that, you know? That is why I'm trying to save often, though, because it does help with character and relationship development between Jack and Rose. I just realized they're named after the characters from Titanic. While we're on that subject, did you guys notice Emma's name, EMMA, is the same thing that what's-his-name described? The high-altitude nuclear explosion that could take out the effect that's produced with the high-altitude nuclear bomb explosion, which takes out all electronics below it, right? It's the same as Emma's name, EMMA. I'm on to you, Kojima. I like how you like to do things like that. Solid and liquid snakes. Solidus, though. It's like, what? What else? Fox die. The virus to take out Foxhound members. Oh shit, oh shit, she's right there. See her. Fuck. I can't pull out my weapons. I can't do anything about that. I have to somehow swim past that. Yeah, I'm not worried about it right now. I'm more worried about it on the way back. To be clear here. What's this? A tranquilizer bullet? For the sniper rifle. Why are they giving me that right now? Are they hinting at the fact that I should, like, tranquilize Emma and put her to sleep? Because then she'll really drown. Oh shit, there's something there. Hold on. Scared to go fast because I thought he was gonna... Body armor? You wearing body armor, Smoke? I thought you was gangster. Okay, cool. So that's a returning item from the first game. What does it look like in this one? Let's see. Bulletproof vest made of special fibers. Damage incurred when equipped is reduced by half. It only seems to cover the front, though. The back is totally exposed. Kind of. Okay, cool. Where'd she go? The fuck, she was right here. That's hella mean, isn't it? They don't give you a node to map out the place on higher difficulties until you get all the way here. When you have to have the place already mapped out for the way back. They want to challenge the player's memory. Look at the radar. She's right there. Let's check the other ones first. Ha! I actually found a porn magazine. Hey, so can I beat these ones up too? Do they open that way? No. Here we go. I know she's in there. Just like how we found her brother Hal. Exactly how we, yeah.
Are you all right?
He pissed himself too, from fear. But there was a crazy-ass cyborg ninja in front of him, so...
Raiden, I'm getting you out of here.
Get me out! You're lying! Where are you taking me this time?
What are you talking about? I'm here to help. Here, I'll prove it. Do you have nanos?
What?
Well, do you?
I do. Everybody on this project has them.
Okay, good. Let's try.
I should have paid more attention to her voice actress name just now. She sounds familiar. Fuck, I missed the name. I gotta watch my stream back now.
Can you hear me now?
Nanocommunication?
That's right. I have nanomachines too.
Then you're not one of them.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
And you came to rescue me?
Actually, I need your help to stop Arsenal. I understand you're the only one who might be able to do it.
And who told you that?
The President.
Really?
I need you to come with me to Shell 1. Your brother's waiting for you there.
My brother?
Come on, we have to get moving. This place will be flooded soon.
Controller was vibrating when I heard that shit just now. That explosion in the distance. He does resemble her brother in a lot of ways.
I can't swim. Leave me.
You can swim. You used to love it.
How do you know?
Your brother told me.
He's really here?
That's right. He's here to rescue you.
I don't believe you. He would never come for me.
And I'm telling you he's here, waiting for us at Shell 1.
No! He left me, my mother, when we needed him the most. When my father died, all he could think about was himself.
Emma, we can go over all that later. But first, we have to get out of here.
No! I hate water! It's hopeless! I can't swim! I can't swim!
You can do it!
I can't!
Come on, deep down inside, you know you can swim.
I can't keep my eyes open in the water. That endless blue. The water, it wants me. It won't let me go.
All right, then close your eyes. I'll guide you.
I was injected with something. My legs. I have trouble moving them.
Listen, Emma, just hold your breath. I'll do the rest. First, we'll head to filter chamber 2. Then we'll take a break.
And all I have to do is hold my breath.
That's right.
How long?
Just a little while.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. That's how I got here.
I don't think I can do it. I'm not good at holding my breath.
Look, Emma, I have an idea. Put your ear against my chest and listen to my heartbeat.
Your heartbeat?
Count the beats. Don't think about anything else. When you reach 100, open your eyes. By that time, you'll be on the other side. Give me a signal if you think you're running out of breath.
What will you do then?
I'll swim faster. Hang on tight. Okay, let's go.
I'm closing my eyes.
Take some deep breaths. 1, 2, 3.
Wait!
What is it?
Let me take off my glasses.
You know, you should wear contacts.
I was gonna
There's nothing wrong
say.
with my eyes.
Hmm?
I wear them for show.
Trying to be different from the other girls?
No, it's not like that. I like glasses. And there's this guy I liked who used to wear them.
Your first boyfriend?
No. Somebody more important. Anyway, they bring me luck.
I see. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I was gonna say she should probably take them off because she's gonna lose them if she keeps them. Like they're probably gonna slide off. Is what I was thinking. Jesus Christ! They throw you right in. Her oxygen gauge is way smaller. I gotta be careful. I like how Raiden meeting her was just like Snake meeting her brother, Otacon. Hiding in the locker, pisses herself out of fear. Same thing. There's so many parallels, isn't there? This game and the first one just seems so similar in a lot of ways. They're very Yeah, it's like they're very similar but different at the same time, in a lot of ways. I don't think they tell you about this, but you have to hold triangle to actually get her to grab your hand and lead her around. I just remembered it. I was like, you're supposed to hold the button so that she actually holds your hand and goes with you.
You did good.
I concentrated on your heartbeat. It reminded me of when I was a kid. I remember my brother giving me a piggyback ride. I was sleeping with my ear against his back. I could hear his heartbeat.
Sounds like you were close.
We were, back then. We were stepchildren in our parents' second marriages. Wherever my brother went, I used to tag along. My brother didn't have any close friends, so he used to take care of me. We both wanted to be loved so much. So much that we used to pretend.
Pretend?
Yeah, we used to play house. My brother was the husband and I was the wife. But it was always just make-believe. We were only kids. You know what I mean.
I never had a family, but I think I know what you mean.
Raiden, what's your status?
Colonel? I've got Emma Emmerich here. We've managed to avoid drowning.
Good job. Get her over to Shell 1 as soon as you can.
That's going to be hard with the connecting bridge on the upper level destroyed.
Didn't Olga say something about taking the oil fence at the bottom of Strut L?
Yeah, I remember that.
You should be able to go down by way of Strut L. Try and get over there.
What about Emma? She's been injected with something and she can't walk without any help.
Take her with you. Free your hands of any equipment and hold down the action button to give her a hand. To release your grip on her, take your finger off the action button. Emma can sit and wait until you help her back up. And be careful. You won't be able to use any weapons while you're leading her. Now head for Strut L.
We're on our way.
That was kind of delayed, wasn't it?
Raiden, we've infiltrated the computer room. What's your situation?
Emma's safe. We're heading your way.
Good job.
Shell 1's deserted. Looks like everybody's aboard Arsenal.
I had a look at the system, but there's nothing I can do. EE's our only hope.
Right. I'll put her on then.
Huh? EE? What? How?
I'll use my Kodak as a relay. Here she is.
How?
EE, is that you?
How?
EE. Why are you involved with Metal Gear?
Huh?
You knew our family's dark history and still got involved? What's wrong with you?
I should have known.
You
Answer me.
suck!
Why are you repeating the same mistake?
I wanted to hurt you. I wanted to see you suffer.
EE?
You abandoned me.
No, that's not what happened.
All right, that's enough.
Who are you?
I'm a friend of Otacon's, Emma.
Otacon?
Enough with the sibling rivalry.
That's not what this is.
We haven't got time for this. Raiden, get her over here right now.
I...
Gotcha, Snake. I'll head over there with Emma.
Most of the enemy's aboard Arsenal, but I suggest you be careful. Make sure Emma gets here in one piece.
Raiden, take care of my sister.
Don't worry. I'll get her there.
I think I already tried to pick all this shit up.
Snake and Hal are waiting for us in Shell 1's computer room. I've got this disk that the President gave me. This disk is supposed to contain a virus that can corrupt Arsenal Gear's operating system. We need you to...
This is my program.
What?
Why did the President give it to you?
Huh?
Did something happen to the President?
Yeah, he's dead.
President. He's dead.
What?
You actually wrote this virus?
It's not really a virus. It's more like a worm cluster. It's actually a delayed effect autonomous program that's designed to invade GW's cerebrum and render its nerve connections useless.
You know what GW is?
Of course. I created it.
Huh?
You look surprised.
Well...
Cat got your tongue?
I'm sorry, How about the Patriots? Ever heard of them?
Yes, but I only know what I've been told.
Can you tell me what you know?
Sure, but it's hard to put into words.
Right. Are you reading me, Emma?
Yes, loud and clear.
The President said that Arsenal Gear was the Patriots' key to supremacy.
That's as good a description as any.
What exactly is it?
It's a massive data processing system capable of controlling information on a global scale.
A data processing system?
That's right. The system's a social device for maintaining the Patriots' control.
You've lost me.
Well, in this day and age, information emerges from every direction and is freely distributed. A variety of information gathered by servers employing the latest in high-speed communication networks and P2P technology is rapidly circulated to individuals. In fact, the speed of this circulation process is accelerating on an almost daily basis. The Patriots seem to be afraid of this development. Apparently, they believe that their role will shift from dominant to dominated.
Huh?
Let me give you an example. You're aware of Solid Snake's anti-Metal Gear activities, aren't you?
Yeah, I know a little about it.
Well, that's just a small sample of uncontrolled information. I can guarantee you the Patriots did not want Solid Snake's name publicized. Now, look at it like this. Political scandal, corporate corruption, up until now, the Patriots have managed to keep a lid on these and other self-serving events. But with their existing data processing system, they're no longer able to effectively control the flow of information generated at the individual level. With the newly created system, they can fully regulate digital information. High-level information can be categorized in stages, given clearance levels, and deleted as necessary, never to be seen by the public. By deleting such information, the Patriots can shape the course of history as they see fit.
That's like in 1984.
No, the memory capacity, not to mention the lifespan of the average individual, is extremely limited. On the other hand, digital information lasts virtually forever. It doesn't deteriorate.
So?
The alphabet, 26 letters, right? It could have been 30 letters. What if the 4 deleted letters were controlled by a program?
Impossible.
It's not. In fact, something similar is already underway. Do you know how many genes exist in an individual?
About 30 to 40,000?
Right, that's what was announced at the turn of the century, but there's actually 100,000 according to the original theory advanced by the scientific community. Information regarding the remaining 60,000 was suppressed by the Patriots.
No.
Why? How would you know? Do you know what a gene looks like? Did you count them yourself?
There are research organizations.
Of course, and their reports have already been subtly altered. They're even beginning to believe the doctored reports. GW is a system that allows the Patriots to decide what will be recorded in tomorrow's history.
So what we're talking about is one huge censorship system for deleting information which might be inconvenient to the Patriots.
Exactly. The actual physical core for handling the task, GW, is installed in Arsenal. It's the only system in the world with an optic neural AI that has a parallel processing capacity of 980 trillion Hammets.
I suppose that being a specialist in neural AI and complex logic played a significant role in your association with the Metal Gear project.
That's not the only reason.
What do you mean? I guess there are plenty of other reasons.
Yes, there are.
I understand.
Do you?
So Arsenal Gear was actually designed to protect the GW system, wasn't it?
Yes. It's armed with everything, including nuclear weapons, and is fully equipped with cyber-terrorist countermeasures. Physically and logically, it's the ultimate fortress for housing GW.
But is the AI actually capable of controlling everything?
No, GW is only the system's core. It's only for deciding what data is stored or deleted. The actual subsystem for executing the task exists within our social structure.
What?
Do you remember the panic that gripped the computer industry prior to the end of the century?
You mean the Y2K problem?
That's right. If you recall, our government supplied the world with a countermeasure program. Using the internet at full capacity, the program was distributed to every governmental organization, every key facility throughout the world. In addition, the same program was included in an OS application for distribution among the public.
Let me guess. The Y2K countermeasure contained a program designed by the Patriots.
Yes, and everything supplied from that day onward contains the same program.
Impossible.
Do you know how a computer operates? Do you really know the basic principles on how data is exchanged? Nobody's aware of it, but there's a subsystem in place, and it's about to be activated.
Is that why Solidus wants to burn out every electrical circuit in Manhattan with a nuclear blast?
Probably, but the overall system isn't actually complete.
What?
It still lacks the necessary factors for judging situations. I heard they were planning a major experiment in the next few days to provide complex data for GW to study. And suddenly all this happens.
Emma, it's not your fault. If it wasn't for the terrorists...
Yeah, you're right. Well, I think that's about all I know.
Right. Thanks. I think we'd better head for the computer room.
My bird in the computer room. Is he safe?
Yeah, I made that
noisy,
parrot
overgrown
talk.
parakeet?
Excuse me, he's a parrot. And he's my best friend. My only friend.
Well, the bird's okay.
Good. Did you know that in the old days, mine take a canary into the mine shafts to detect toxic gas?
That's what he's for?
No. I really needed someone to talk to.
Right. I think we'd better get moving. We've got a little longer to cover than the last time.
I'll give it my best.
Whatever you do, don't open your eyes.
Why not?
A dead body, not a pretty sight.
Oh.
Once we get past it, it'll be too dark to see anything. What are those sticks in your head?
These? They're lacquered chopsticks. They hold your hair in place. Did you know that they're pretty popular in Europe and South America?
Can't say that I do. You're not only cute, but smart too.
Oh, I'm much more than cute.
Okay, let's go.
There's some light flirting going on there. Hold on. I did not expect all that disposition just now. Or exposition, excuse me, not disposition. That's the fucking wrong word. I was gonna call to save. Good thing I didn't though. Now I can save after all that shit.
What's up, Jack?
So I'm gonna just explain in more detail what the president had already told us about Project GW being something of a social control mechanism through the control of information, yada yada. It's basically everything I talked about after we talked to the president. She just got into like the actual logistics of how it would work. Using those programs that were subtly installed with operating systems and all that for Y2K.
Jack, about trying to break into your room.
Rose, just forget about it.
No, listen to me. I said I did it because I was worried about you, but it wasn't just that.
What?
I was suspicious. I thought there might be someone else.
Someone else?
What? Another woman.
Rose.
I really thought so, because sometimes you're so horribly cold.
You know I wouldn't.
I'm serious. Sometimes I feel like you're pushing me away. So I...
Did you get in?
Yeah.
Are you satisfied now? There wasn't anyone there, was there?
No. No, there was no one there. There was absolutely no one in your room. Not another woman, not me, not even you.
Rose.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to apologize, that's all. Talk to you later.
Yeah, we can't do this all in one breath. Because Emma's O2 gauge is way smaller. Oh, damn close. For Emma, anyway. Still no comment about Stillman's body?
Raiden, take Emma and go to strut L. There's a ladder down onto the oil fence on the ocean surface from that strut.
Man, I swear there was a conversation about Stillman's body here. I guess not. Maybe it's a false memory from a long time ago. Oh well. What strut are we at right now? Well, we're in the Shell 2 core, so we have to take her back there, basically. We have to backtrack a little bit.
Bugs!
The fuck?
I hate bugs!
Where do these fuckers come from? Sea lice. Shitting all over the place. Oh, actually, I think that's because I squished a few of them.
Raiden, take Emma and go to strut L. There's a ladder down onto the oil fence on the ocean surface from that strut.
Press down and hold the action button near Emma to hold her.
Alright, well, they don't tell you what you're supposed to do, but... Let's make some fuck off. Oh, that's how they tell you about it. Use the coolant spray to drive bugs away. Thank you, Cyborg Ninja. At least they tried to keep this thing relevant after the bomb disposal thing. The coolant, I mean. Use it as an actual fire extinguisher and now as a bug repellent. They make you push it down pretty hard though. The square button is actually like... Not all of them? Hey, you little shits, get out of here. I guess that's it. See a few of them behind the console too. Okay. Come on. I got rid of the big bad bugs. The hell? Oops. There we go. Oh, right, that's where we are. There's a dude here.
Jack, is that you? Well, Jack, it sounds like you and Miss Emma are getting along just fine.
Rose?
I've been monitoring your every move and conversation. I can't say it's been fun.
Give me a break. I'm only trying to keep her spirits up.
Is that right?
Absolutely. My mission is to get her to the computer room.
That's all?
Yeah.
You're lying. You're attracted to her, aren't you?
I'll admit she's cute.
Cuter than me?
Rose, you're beautiful. You know how I feel about you.
Have you remembered yet?
You mean April 30th?
Yes.
It's your birthday, isn't it?
Wrong. You're not even warm.
What is it then?
Forget it. It's nothing. Maybe I'm just a little jealous.
Rose.
You'd better get moving. Good luck.
This is like a high school relationship, man. So, I hate to say it, but this actually permeates adult relationships quite well too. So not really, but still, my point is how childish the whole thing is. But you know, it's just ironic at this point, deliciously so, that Jack was the one getting jealous about Pliskin when Rose complimented him, and now it's the other way around. Now Rose is the one getting uncontrollably jealous over Emma because Raiden's spending so much time with her to try to get her to safety. It's like, oh my god, dude, this relationship just feels so dysfunctional and crazy. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to see. It's hard to tell if it's gonna last or not, isn't it? At this point in time. This shit is funny. Oh, hold on. There's a dude here. I better clear the area. I think we're good. I thought it was clear. Sure as hell is now. Wait, there's one more guy over there. I see him.
Freeze! Move!
I just love hearing the whoa! Let's see what else we can get out of her.
Jack, do you need to save? Jack, how far do you think the Patriots' digital control extends?
I don't really know, but it probably influences a lot of what goes on in our everyday lives.
Even mundane things like which movies and songs become a hit, and what kind of clothes we wear?
I think taste would be the easiest thing to manipulate. I mean, think about the kinds of film and bands everyone wants to go to see. It's whatever's at the top of the charts.
And if the charts are made up...
Exactly.
But you can't really control individual taste. It's too closely tied to personality.
I don't know about that. Trends have always been about following the leader.
Not necessarily.
The age of direct personal interaction is over. So is the idea of word-of-mouth communication. Rose, you have any friends you've met online?
Yeah, I do.
How many?
Well, if you count only the ones I talk to a lot, I'd say about 20.
How many of those have you actually met?
1 or 2 tops.
Uh-huh. That's how it is for everyone, I guess. And even if your online buddies had fake identities and were circulating false information, you'd have no way of knowing.
Fake identities?
Right. And there'd be no way for you to know for sure.
Well, what about people who do meet face to face then? Like us?
It's getting too real, isn't it?
Have you ever really shown me the real you?
I wouldn't even know the real me myself.
But you're being honest with yourself now. Well, that's how I see it.
Well, how am I being honest?
I've never seen you show so much feeling. Fear, anger, even a kind of giddiness. It may seem a strange thing to say, but you're living out loud for the first time that I've seen.
I'm just trying to get the job done. This is war, you know.
I do know that. I'm just saying you're different from your usual restrained self.
What about you then?
I always want to be open with you as much as I can.
That was a weird way to end that, Rose. As much as I can, she says with a hesitant voice. It is also kind of funny though that Jack Ryden here is she's basically pointing out that he seems more human on this mission out here in the battlefield, or as he put it, in war. Seems a bit odd. It's almost like what Liquid said about Solid Snake, right? Being more, being at home on the battlefield, and the real, secretly the real reason why he was in Shadow Moses. You know, forget about the fact that he was actually coerced into being there, kidnapped by armed soldiers and all that shit, but still. You get my point. Still, that beginning of that conversation was pretty, hit pretty close to home, didn't it? How many friends do we meet online now? The things that Raiden said about how, you know, the age of face-to-face interaction is over. Mind you, this game is in the mid to early 2000s. Actually, it's more early 2000s, but the game itself takes place in the late 2000s, right? Between 2007 and 2009. Again, you just have to follow trends. It's not like Kojima's some kind of prophet. I said this at the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 1, or during that whole playthrough. I know at one point I went on a tangent about this. It's like you just have to follow, you have to pay attention to the right things. And you can tell with pretty good accuracy a lot of the times what's actually going to happen in macro society and culture, basically, our culture at large. That's all he was doing, really. He just paid attention to the right things, which is why he was able to put such relevant and timeless messages like this in his games way back then. Because everything that they're talking about now is like the shit we live out day to day now. We really do meet a lot of friends online now, more so than in person, I think. Especially if you're a Twitch streamer like me, but I don't do it as a professional daily job type of thing, career thing like most other streamers. It's just a hobby for me. But even outside of that, when you play online games, you meet a lot of people that way, you know. So regardless of whether you're a streamer or not, you know, and then we got social media now, like Facebook and all that shit. Well, Facebook's kind of become irrelevant, but you know, I don't know, what's a more relevant example? Twitter? People are pissed at that because a billionaire owns it now, but honestly, what's the difference? You know, whatever, like, the social media, we'll just leave it at that. A lot of people meet online now, yeah. So it's like, yeah, he's just paying attention to where things were going, and here we are. So, it's fascinating. Playing a game that's so old, but has so much relevance to it still to this day. It's hard to think of it as being an old game, too. I think it came out in 2002 or 3, I can't remember right now, but that would make it exactly 20 years old now. Jesus. This game is 20 fucking years old? Oh boy. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up the stream because we just hit the 2-hour mark again. And like I said, I might come back to stream again a bit later. I most likely will. But I'm gonna take a much longer break this time, take care of some IRL stuff. And then I'll be back, so I'm gonna end the stream this time. I have no way to get back to the title screen. I just realized that. Not that it matters too much, honestly, but... I'll just do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. I did just save, right? Yeah. When you save, it actually saves that you saw that conversation as well. So if like you load the save back up again, and you try to save again to trigger that same conversation, it won't happen. It actually saves, like in a prorated way, I guess, that conversation happened between Raiden or Jack and Rose. It's easier to say it that way than Raiden and Rose. Too many R's there. But yeah, it'll save that conversation happened. So when you load the game up again, the next time you save, it'll be the next conversation that can happen, which also depends on your story progress. But yeah, for right now, obviously the main subject was the Patriots, so that's why Rose asked about that. The digital age. What did it say at the beginning of the plant chapter? After we finished the Tinker chapter with Snake? Before switching to Raiden, it said that nuclear bombs and computers grew up together. Because computers were needed to do the advanced calculations and stuff to simulate, nuclear weapons. Testing them virtually and stuff. Before actually building them and doing field tests. So that they could predict the kind of damage and stuff, destruction they would do and all that shit. So I guess, with that excerpt that he posted, it kind of makes the bridge between Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, since Metal Gear Solid 1 and the games that came before it all had to do with nuclear weapons, but now the story is kind of shifting more to talk about the digital age and how it impacts our society at large and our culture at large, so the focus of the story has changed, but not entirely. Like, it's showing that little quote right there kind of shows the connection between the two things. Nuclear weapons and the digital age, I mean. And just a lot of things that have happened in history in the past few decades. So it always makes these playthroughs of these games so interesting. I mean, it lets you sort of reflect on what's happened in real life quite a lot. In terms of these stories, it's obviously just from Tojima's perspective, but still. They're thought-provoking is what I'm getting at. In general, they're thought-provoking, so it's pretty cool. It's always nice to come back and visit these games. Anyway, I'm just rambling now, so I'll just go ahead and end it here. As always, thank you all very much for choosing to watch this disaster that I call a stream. I appreciate the support on Twitch and YouTube, wherever you choose to watch. I always appreciate it, and as always, please take care of yourselves, stay safe out there, look after each other. And please have a good morning, afternoon, good evening, and good night. And until next time, well, peace. Take it easy, everybody.